Okay, now we're gonna make, guess what? We're gonna make carne enchilada. And that's what my mom used to call it and my dad. So this is the thin, thin little pieces of little like pork chops deboned, tequitos as we used to call them when we were younger. So I'm doing this. So what I'm gonna do is, what I do here is that I make the chili with a little bit of pellejo. So it'll have a little bit of the pellejo. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make, this chili is gonna be a little different because you wanna see a lot of this. You wanna see the skin, okay? When you're grilling it, you wanna see that. I don't know why, but that's what they did. So anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do with this one right now. So just need a little bit because we're just gonna marinate it. I'm gonna fill it up with water. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what, you guys? Thank you for joining me in Margaret's kitchen, in my kitchen. I totally, totally appreciate it. So I'm only going to use half of the water, okay? Just half. That's all I'm putting in here. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to add, I have a small little teaspoon here, and I'm going to add my salt. So I'm going to add a good heaping teaspoon of salt, maybe just a little bit more, another teaspoon. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the oregano. Just add a good heaping teaspoon. I'm going to rinse that in there because it's full of, that way we get it all. And then what I'm going to do, oh, let me get this spoon. And I'm using the already diced up minced garlic from Costco or Sam's Club, whatever. Anyways, that's what I'm using today. So I use a good amount. So look, I use a lot of garlic. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then what I'm going to do, because it doesn't take a lot, you just want to marinate that part of your meat, okay? Here we go. So as you can tell, there's pellejo still. You can see the peel from the chili in here and stuff. So that's what I want. That's the consistency I want. Okay. So as you can tell, it's just, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to put it into my steaks. And I'm only using a little bit because you don't need a lot. And then I'm going to continue the process, and I'll put some more chili in here. So what I do, I usually use my hands because you want to be able to marinate it all. And it's a good blend. It's a very, very good blend. So see what I'm doing? Just that good blend. And I use my hands, and this is hot chili, so my hands are going to burn. But it's all good. See, just a good blend. See? So I wanted to do that. I'm going to rinse my hand. I keep my measuring cup right here because I use the water constantly. So then what I'm going to do is I have a screen. See, with the, it's just a cookie screen. So I'm going to put this here, back you guys up a little bit. There's my dad. So what I do with this is that I'm going to get the steaks like this, and I'm going to lay them on the cookie sheet like this. And I want them to drip because I don't want them to be too wet, but I'm going to let them marinate for a few hours until Oh, just about a half hour before we're gonna have our matanza food. And it's okay if they're on top of each other. That's all good. So I just want it to marinate. So welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia. Oh, this is so wonderful. I love doing stuff like this because it really does take me back to my dad when he used to love to do matanzas. And my mom would always make, different things like this. The men would be outside cutting up all the meat and just getting it ready for stuff like this. So this was called the stequitos. And what they would do then, I'm putting it on a cookie sheet because it's a little windy today. So if not, I would have, sat it out on the clothesline, covered it with some cheesecloth, and let it dry. So I'm going to really just let this dry all day until we're ready to cook it on the grill and stuff. So that's what we're doing. So as you could tell, it's just marinated. See, with just that meat. And so this chili is just for this part of the meat. See? Looks good, huh? So now we're just going to let it sit and just marinate till we're ready to grill it. Okay, that part's done. So I won't reuse this chili. I will not reuse it because, it has pork in it. But I will put some water in it so that way we can rinse it later. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to the side. And then I'll cover it. So then what I'm going to do next is I am going to marinate the ribs. So here's country style ribs, pork ribs. And I'm going to marinate these. And then I'm going to place them on my cookie sheet that I wrapped in foil. Just a second, because I'm going to need this, the oven. So now what I'm going to do is it's wrapped in foil, so I'm going to work on the ribs. Okay, and these will just go in the oven. And I'll put these in at the same time I do the carne adobada. So now I'm going to do a thicker chili. Okay. I got me a new tripod. Yay! Because I really do need to, be able to move you guys back and forth so you can see what I'm doing. Especially when my son-in-law David isn't here. When he's not here, it's harder for me to do things. So anyway, so he's not here, so I'm doing something different. So anyway, so with that chili, I've already done all that. So I'm going to add more chili to it for the ribs. And this will probably take most of it for the... So I rinse my chili really well, and then I soak it in hot water. Okay? From the gunny sack, we always add more. I'm going to put a little bit more water. Okay, so now I filled it. So this was the same chili that I did, not as blended. So remember, so it's okay that this is all the salt that I poured. So anyways, it already has the garlic and it has salt and stuff. So I'm not going to add any more. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend. nice. The chili's nice and thick, the way that, the way that it should be. Look at how nice and thick and smooth. So now what I'm going to do I'm going to pour this into my ribs. Okay. So I'm going to just swirl them into the mix. You want to make sure your ribs are completely coated. And this is thick, so it's a little different. The chili is different because it's a little thicker. This is so nice. So this chili I can use again. I can clean this bowl and because I'm going to use this same thickness of chili into my carne adobada. And when you're cooking for a matanza, you don't have time for everything to marinate for 2 or 3 days. So that's why the carne adobada comes out so different for your matanza. They're just the things Dad would do. So anyway, so now move you guys over just a bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do, isn't this cool? Look at this. So I'm going to get this and I'm going to put this on my sheet. And I put, because the thing about it is that when you're cooking it in the oven, you're going to get a nice crust and all that stuff. So you want to be sure that you have this because it'll scorch in here and whatnot, the chili. So you don't want to be scrubbing your cookie sheet, till your hands fall off. That look good? Look at how nice. Yum. And that's what you want. You just put this here. You know what? And this is all New Mexico style. Just New Mexico style. This is how we do things. This is how my dad did everything. And it's okay. Everybody has their own mañas. Everybody does their own thing. Nobody does anything the same. But I'm teaching you the style that I learned. And that's what's important to me. That's the style I learned. And that's what Dad taught me and stuff. So anyways, but and it's fun. I love to do stuff like this. And then next, what we're going to do, let me dry my hands. Next, what we're going to do, see how beautiful that looks? Look at that. Look at how beautiful. Let me... Isn't that just beautiful? And let me show you my beans. My beans are cooking beautiful. We put them on earlier. Look at this. And I have this on a number 3.5. I just love this chili. So I placed that chili in there. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more. Blend some more chili, guys. It's all about blending chili today. And then, of course, we still have to have chili for the chicharrones. So I'm going to blend a small chili batch for that. And put that in a small bowl because we'll need that outside. This is from the gunny sack. And so we'll need some chili outside when we're doing that. And I'm going to do the hígado, the corazón, and all that. I'll do that in just a little bit. Okay. So then I'm going to add the water. Ooh, oven's ready. Okay, so this is ready. So now what I'm going to do again is I am going to add the garlic, a good spoonful of the garlic. See? Okay. So then I'm going to add the oregano, just a little bit. It's terrible because I forget to use the darn spoon because I just sprinkle it and throw it in there. So here's my little, let me move it this way. I want you to see what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my salt. So 1 teaspoon of salt, up a little bit more, half. Then and I love to use my Vitamix. So this is the Vitamix, and I just love it. I love my Ninja, but I love the Vitamix for the chili. It just makes it extremely smooth. It's not good to make salsa, but it's good for chili. Okay, so that's all we're going to put on this one. And the next thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to do this right away, is we're going to do the chili for outside when we're doing the, when we're going to do the chili for the chicharrones outside and for the hígado and the corazón and riñones, you know, the specialty meats. There's nothing like a specialty burrito at the time, and I'll be doing that in just a few minutes. So there's a lot in here. And this one I want it to be thick, real thick. Because, you know, this is the one that you put outside, that you take outside, and when they're cooking the chicharrones, which, you know, which I'll do in just a little bit, we'll start those. Okay, so this is full. Believe me, it's full. And so anyways, and again, I'm going to put the oregano. The salt. And the garlic. And it's a good teaspoon of the garlic. So we'll do that in a second. So we can do this part first. Isn't this great? Nice, huh? So this is just the beauty of matanzas. Like I said, you know, this is the carne adobada. We made the carne enchilada, and we made the, you know, red chili ribs, and now the this carne adobada. And then we still have our beans are cooking. I still gotta make some arroz dulce, some sweet rice, and then we gotta make some the tortillas. Gotta make the specialty meat, and of course the chicharrones. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my hands. We're going to go ahead and put all the carne adobada in here. There you go. It's easier. And I'm constantly washing my hands, so sorry, I'm sure everybody uses their hands when they're cooking and stuff. So, you know, I get a kick out of it when somebody says, oh my God, you just grossed me out because you used your hands. And I'm like you don't use yours. Okay, how do you make tortillas? How do you cut your potatoes, you know? I mean, please, you have to put your hands in everything. So I wash my hands constantly. And again, this is for my family. And so what I do as well is I use a cooking spray on my lid. And then about an hour before, I will remove the lid. So I just spray it. So I cover it really well. And then what I do is that I will place it in the oven with the ribs. So I'm going to move you here so you can see what I'm doing. So now, in my oven, I will put the carne adobada, and I put it to this, like on the side, because I'm going to put the ribs there. So see the ribs, how beautiful? Okay, and now we just let it cook. So that's what we're going to do. And then next, what am I going to do? We're going to blend the chili for the chicharrones and for the specialty meat. So I'm going to move you again. Move this to the side. And this is going to be thick. I guarantee you it's going to be thick. Let me turn you this way a little bit. So I'm going to cover it. Let's make sure that none of it got trapped on top. Nope, it did good. Yay. Look at this. Look at how beautiful. Now watch. Look at how perfect it is. Isn't that perfect? Nice. So I'm going to rinse this real quick. And then next, what are we going to do next, guys? So I needed to rinse that real quick. So next, we are going to cut up the meat for the chicharrones. Yay! Okay, now I'm going to start the meat for the chicharrones and stuff. Remember, you know, comidas de mi familia. This is my dad's recipe. So this is all the pork belly. And so what I do is I cut it in about this sizes, okay? And stuff. So this one, I love this one because I get it at Costco or at Sam's Club, but Costco it's expensive. But this is the best fat, belly fat there is. And it's the thickness of the bacon. So, you know, I have some, and so let's check it out. So I cut it all into cubes. And then do my dad's recipe. So my dad's recipe is a can of milk and salt. And then you're just going to put it all together in a bowl once it's ready. And then you put it into your hot harilla. So like I said, we're just going to cut up all this right now. And that way you will have some good chicharrones. Chicharrones takes about 2 hours, a good 2 hours to cook it outside. And it has to be very hot to cook it outside. Some people cook it on a disc. And, you know, chicharrones are, to me, when you make chicharrones, it should be a specialty. You know, it's a specialty. It was my dad's favorite thing to make. And he always made them just amazing. You know, he never deviated from his recipe, and he only really made chicharrones during the winter because that's when we'd have matanzas and stuff. And so, you know, so it was nice and stuff. So, you know, people do a lot of different things to their chicharrones, and my dad only did that. Some people I've seen, they add garlic powder and whatever afterwards, and my dad was a simple man. You know, he only did salt and the milk browns them really nice and stuff. So that was his way of doing it, and he did that as he cooked it and stuff. So, you know, he just really made the marinade. I call it a marinade, but he just did that and just made sure he coated all his meat really well with the, you know, with the milk and the salt. And so, and that's all he would do. And so, you know, so it's nice. So remember that the thicker you cut your chicharron meat, the longer it takes to cook. So you don't want to cut it too thick, and you don't want to cut them too small either, because when you cut them too small, then they're just like crumbs, you know. And some people like them like that. I mean, like I said, everybody has their own maña. Everybody has their own thing of how they do it and stuff. So this is my way of doing it, and I just love it, you know. And so I just decided I was going to make my dad's favorite. I'm going to make some sweet rice in a little while, because that's what Mom would make, is sweet rice, and or arroz dulce or arroz con leche, whatever anybody calls it. You know, that's what she would call it and stuff. So which is good, you know. I mean, that's just how she did it. So it's exciting. Margaret's Kitchen is on the move today. So don't forget, you guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And then, you know, give me a thumbs up and all that jazz. I'm just excited. You know, I love my YouTube channel. And my Uncle Mike told me today, he says, oh, I saw that you were over 1,000. So I was so excited, you know. I said, I can't wait to be over 10,000 and stuff, you know. So that just excites me. That's just so exciting for me and stuff. And so I'm like looking forward to bigger and better things with my YouTube channel, you know. So these are a little thick, so I'm going to cut them down the middle, okay? Because these are a little too thick. For some reason that batch is coming out, you know. It just depends how they cut it at the store, you know. This is the cheating way. We didn't, you know, my husband can't really do, you know, butcher pigs anymore, so we have to do it the easy way and get it butchered already and stuff. So you see how this is kind of thick, so I'm going to cut that. So this is really fun. So don't forget, you guys, really subscribe to my YouTube channel, Margaret's Kitchen NM. Don't forget to do NM for New Mexico and stuff. This is the only place you're going to find authentic New Mexico food and stuff, you know, with the red chile, the green chile, all the fun New Mexico stuff. Most New Mexicans that were born and raised here do not use cumin in their food. And I know none of my entire family uses cumin. So that's the difference with New Mexico food and stuff, you know. So, but anyways, this is getting fun. I'm so excited. Okay, yay. Guess what? We're gonna, finish cutting up all of the meat. So which is good, which is a good thing. I'm gonna move you back a little bit. Okay, right there. So anyways, I finished cutting up all the meat. So now what I'm going to do is what Dad would do is Dad would get a little, he called it a little jumete that him and my mom had. And it was just a little saucepan. So what he would do is he'd get his milk, shake it really well. And then he would pour it into his little jumete, but I'm using the measuring cup. And it was just one whole can of milk. What is this? 12 ounces. And then he would get his salt. And he'd put about 2 teaspoons. And just kind of, I'll put a little bit more. So anyway, so what he would do is he would mix it all up. Let me get a whisk. So he would mix it all up. You know, just to make the milk really salty. And then he would coat all his meat. He'd pour it all into his meat. Okay, I'll put this in here. I'm going to get a spoon. And he would just mix it into his meat and just make sure that all his meat was coated. Okay? Just get all the meat from the bottom because the milk goes to the bottom. And he would just make sure he coated all of it with my tea. So this is Dad's recipe. So look, you would think that you had all kinds of in here and you don't. So once he was done coating it, then he put it into his fire, you know, into his jarria or his perol. Some people call everything different, so he called it the perol. So see, he just coated it really well and stuff. So now we'll go put it into the perol. Okay guys, so now we're gonna make the specialty meat, yay! And stuff. So anyway, so with the specialty meat, I start off with a little bit of lard and stuff. Why? Because lard is everything, right? So I just get my wooden spoon and I'll put about this much. And I'm putting it in my cazuela and stuff. So you need a lot of grease. That's what a matanza is. It's not healthy. But anyways, and then of course our onion. So I'm going to cut up the onion right away and stuff. So this is a big onion. And it takes a lot of onion. So I told you it's a healthy onion. But anyway, so that's what we're doing right now. Cutting up all the specialty meat. So the only thing, everybody knows what specialty meat is, so I'm not going to explain it. But anyway, so we're going to do the liver, the corazon, and the only thing we're not doing is the riñones and stuff because we don't have any. And so anyway, so that's, I don't know what it is that the processor didn't put in the riñones and stuff. So anyway, so the onions, it's going to just be a rough chop on the onions. It is not going to be anything more than that. It's just a rough chop, okay? And stuff. So take that piece off. Okay. So anyways, and so what I'm doing, and I'm going to use this small enough for this. So it's a little thicker because you don't want the onions to disintegrate into your carnita. Okay. So they're going to be little thickness, a good thickness, okay? So it's just a rough chop. So however you chop it, it's up to you. And I'm going to cook it inside. It's a little breezy today, so I'm going to cook it inside. Because the chicharrones will be outside. Okay, so this is all the onions, okay? Probably do a few more. Because I love onions. You know what? I think we'll do the other onion too. Let's put this part. All the perro. Waiting for my uncle to come before we put the chicharrones on. Maybe he wants to be here. Maybe. Okay, see? And it's just thick pieces, not thin. Any other thing, I would put thin onions in anything else that I'm making, okay? Okay, so we're going to use all this onion, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. Everything will melt and cook together. I love onions, so this is me, guys. Okay, now I'm going to cut up some liver. Use the and it's not going to be small. In good chunks. And they're, so it's cut open, see? Okay. My God. I love that I'm almost, look at this. Isn't this cool? So anyway, so once we're done with this, then I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm not going to cook it outside because it's a little too windy. So I'm going to do that. see what happens. Doesn't it look good, guys? Love hígado en corazón. And lots of onions. Now, like I said, I'm just going to put it on the stove and cover it, and it'll cook poco poquito. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Now I'm going to turn you guys over so you guys can turn you guys this way so you can see what I'm going to do now. Put it on the stove. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my cazuela, my other cazuela to the back. Wash my hands again. Just going to rinse my hands so that I can move my cazuela to the back burner because I'm going to start making tortillas. That way that's there. And then we just start cooking. So you're going to just the meat out. Okay. So then, no. So I'm going to put some salt. A little bit more salt. Okay. And I'm going to just cover it. And let's see what happens. It'll start cooking, yay! But anyway, so then I'm going to start making my tortillas, and we're going to go put in the, go put the chicharrones in the jarilla or the perrol, as Dad called it. He always called it el perrol. But anyway, so I'm so excited. So just waiting for my uncle to get here. He's going to come, and we're gonna put the chicharrones on. He wants to be here when I do that and stuff. So if he's not here in 20 minutes, well, guess what? We're going to start without him. But anyway, so my beans are cooking. Good. They look delicious. And then we have the steak still. The oven, everything is looking good in the oven. Very, very good. The ribs are looking great in the oven. And so anyways, so that's it. So let's see. Now let's start making our tortillas. Let's start making our dough and stuff and get started on that one and see what happens. Let's get the flour going. Okay, here we go. The perrol is ready. Yay. Whew, sorry about that. The camera had fallen. I'm gonna let Jesse look, says he likes to do this. Look good, huh? Let's see. They look great. Sorry. Okay, now we're going to make our sweet rice. The water is boiling. Look at how fast it's boiling, my lord. I'm going to turn it down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a can of milk. That's what my mom would do. I'm going to put the rice. I have 1 3/4 cups of rice. I'm not going to use it all. I'm going to add the vanilla to it. I'm just going to put a splash. And it's going to start boiling right away quick. And then we're going to start making the masa for our tortillas. The chicharrones are cooking. Papa's doing a great job helping Gon. So it's going to start boiling again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the milk. It's a whole can of milk, so it's 12 ounces of milk. Okay, and the cinnamon comes after. Mix it one more time. So look at this. Looks good, huh? So I'm going to cover it just a little bit. Because we're cooking outside, so, we're going to just cover it. So welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, New Mexico style. We're outside cooking in my backyard in my outdoor kitchen. So anyways, I'm going to start with my masa. I already have all the flour in here because I'm making a lot of masa today. So I'm making a lot of tortillas. And the wind is terrible. It's not as bad in here, but still it's windy. So I'm hoping nothing will fly away. So anyways, I do have my manteca in here. I'm gonna put it in here because I didn't emulsify it too much today. So I'm just gonna do this. And so I'm using, I'm using Crisco, and I'm using the butter flavored Crisco. It's actually pretty nice. It's actually pretty good. It's a beautiful day. It's just breezy. It's not cold or anything. I would love to open the pool and stuff, but we just can't today. It's ready, but we just can't. It's just too windy and get all kinds of stuff in there. So what I'm doing is just breaking down the manteca. And I added water to it already, so a little bit of water because I want to just break it down. So I guess we have company. I love cooking outside. I should bring my beans out here. Oh, my grandson. There's my Logan. Hi, love. Hi. I'm glad you're here. Say hello.
Oh.
So anyway, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, so now we got the masa going and stuff, and so just kneading it, and then I'll let it rest for just a few minutes, and then we'll start it all over again. I'm gonna make sure everything is incorporated. And it's a lot when you're making the masa. Okay, so that's done. Let it rest for a few. And we're going to check on our chicharrones. How they coming along, Hito? Oh, great. So it's Otogampi's recipe. Can you pick some up so we can kind of see? Oh my God, they're looking delicious. I love it. It's nice to make chicharrones and to learn how, huh?
Yeah.
This is Junior Chef Logan joining us and stuff, and he happens to be my grandson. So remember, hashtag Junior Chef Logan on Instagram. He's an amazing chef. And now he's learning to make his Otogampi's chicharrones. So stay tuned for the next generation. Okay, so my uncle's here doing the chicharrones. Say hi, Uncle.
Hello there, how y'all?
Look at how beautiful the chicharrones look. They're coming along good?
Takes you a while.
Ooh, those look delicious. Delicious.
It's all good, isn't it?
Wow, good job. Good job. Okay, look at the tortillas are coming along. The specialty meat, I brought everything outside. So we have the specialty meat cooking away. Logan's gonna come and mix all that up for me and stuff. So I need him to do that. So he's gonna do that in a second. And but it's coming along. Everything's looking good. Look at this. Look at this. How delicious it all looks. Let me bring you closer. So the specialty meat is doing wonders. Isn't that wonderful? How does that look, Loke? Did you bring a spoon for that?
That looks good.
Doesn't that look delicious?
Yes.
Here, you want to mix it, Hito? Thank you, love. And then our tortillas are coming along. This comal is very hot, so I don't like to burn myself, so I'm using the tongs. The sweet rice looks amazing. Oh, gotta turn it off now. Yeah. So the sweet rice is exactly the way Jessie likes it and stuff. It looks really, really good. I banged the pan, so sorry about that. So we're gonna put some cinnamon in the sweet rice and it's ready. Okay.
Pour this out?
What's that, honey? No, that's we just need a little spoon. That way you just wipe it on the tortilla and then put your specialty meat on there. It looks delicious, guys. Everything is smelling wonderful. We're just making some more of the tortillas. This smells delicious, love.
Sweet
You know
rice.
what? I forgot to get some paper plates. You want to get some paper plates in the
You want me
cabinet?
to put this red chili in?
No, the chili just goes spread when on the tortilla. That's how Otogampi used to do it.
This.
Does it smell delicious? That darn thing stays hot. Don't cover it all the way because we don't want it to dry. You want to bring some paper plates?
Yep.
Okay. So Logan is dying to try the sweet rice and everything. And then we're gonna, what are we gonna do next, you guys? We're gonna put the steaks on, the chili meat, you know, the carne enchilada. Yeah. Why don't you go tell Papa and your cousin Stevie and Uncle Steven to come and get some specialty meat. Tell them the tortillas and that red chili are ready. Tell Papa, yeah. Go ahead and just take the lid off because I don't want it to boil any longer. Be careful that it doesn't fall. Go ahead and go get a, you want to just put this in a bowl or you want to put it on a plate to eat it?
Well, I like it cold, so I'm gonna have to.
Well, go get a bowl. Don't mix it too much. Okay? Bowl? Yeah. Go get a bowl and you can put it in the refrigerator for you. Ooh, tortillas are looking good. Okay, so everybody's trying the specialty meat. Yeah, you know, this is a Matanza, so this is my cousin Steve. So say hi. So anyways, he's going to try the specialty meat. There's your chili over there. And then you guys tell me how it tastes. It's my version, you guys. You know, it's all about Uncle Junior, everything Uncle Junior used to do. So Steve is my Uncle Steven's oldest son. Everybody knows Uncle because he's always on camera with me, right?
Right? Just give it a taste.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good. Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Right on.
Real
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Woohoo. Nice. Isn't that wonderful, guys? Margaret's Kitchen in action. Okay, here's the other man of the hour, Uncle Steven. He's going to get his burrito of the specialty meat. How does it look, Uncle?
Oh, look at this. Look at this what Margarita made. Look at that. Ooh, Lord of mercy. Look at that.
Huh? Whew, there's some good chili there.
Yeah,
There's your tortilla.
yeah.
Tell me how it tastes, Uncle.
Mother did baby with little red chili on it. Little fresh homemade tortillas from Margaret. Ooh, look at that.
You want a hot one? There's one right here. He wants one right off the grill.
Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, where's my new fork at?
Inside.
Okay.
Looks good, guys. So here comes the steaks. My Logan.
Where do you want me to put it?
Okay, I'll get one tray. And then what we're going to do, love, we'll go ahead and start placing them on there. So you have this. So let's place on one side. So here's the big steaks.
I can stay here for this one.
Oh, good.
Oh, look good.
Don't they look great?
Especially those.
And then, of course, we'll cut them up.
Yeah. Because I mean, I could probably eat that big of a steak, but I
Yeah.
don't have enough.
Okay. So then, thank you, love. We're going to probably need that, Nito. Okay, so now I'm going to put the chili steaks. Remember these ones, you guys. So I'm going to put these up here. That's hot. There. Burning myself. Okay. So what do you guys think? Doesn't it look delicious? I love doing all this stuff. I really, really do. Specialty meat is one of my favorites. So remember, I had it dripping off the cookie wrap. Close it. You know what? I think I'll put this in as well. What? What did I do there? No, we're putting on top of the other one. Okay. Okay, we're gonna keep on cooking. So remember, Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia, this is exactly what my family would be cooking today. You know, I mean, this is so much fun. I just love doing this, you know, happy birthday in heaven to my dad. You know, I just love doing stuff for him and things, you know, watching the guys over there just cooking and making the chicharrones. I'm just excited about that. This is so much fun.
In charge, chicken videos. Here we go, chicharrón time.
Yes.
I'm telling you, that chicharrón is almost well done. It's getting nice and crispy and brownish. For another half hour, and we getting chicharrones there, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit of the sweet rice. Let's see. Ooh. Check it out. This tastes good. Delicious. Look at this. I love sweet rice. Wonderful. Look at this. Steaks are done. I'm excited. Look at the tortillas. Big old pile of tortillas. That's what we want. And stuff. So check it out. Margaret's Kitchen, NM, www.nmcookbook, mariabaca.com is where you can get my authentic New Mexico cookbook. Okay, look at, check
Look
it
at
out.
that.
Look at how nice they're
Look at
looking.
Look at that.
Almost. This is the critical part, yes. Gotta just mix and mix and mix. Almost. Almost.
Come on, Jesse, your party. You got it. You got right there. Get his picture anyway. You got the show on the road here. I just sit back there and get my shot and Joe right here with Jesse over here. Look at that. Yeah, watch your little buck out here. Do the work.
Look at that. Look at that.
You just out there just a stirring and not just a
So
drinking.
this is Margaret's outdoor kitchen, and just really, you know, working on this, and this is all in memory of Dad and his recipes that I used today and stuff. So this is really
Buy
fun.
another beer. Here, there's a Coke.
How are they coming along, Jesse Walker? How are they coming along?
I think they're coming along just fine. I guess 15 minutes.
Yep.
You really
About,
got a nice
about
one,
10.
nice gold one right
I'll
there.
get you a cool one. I would say 15
Yeah,
more
take this
minutes.
one.
Okay, it's time to start taking them out. Removing them from the parrilla.
What do you want to do? You look good, you have to plant it to away. Come on.
It's getting windy.
Okay.
Don't those look amazing?
You want to get that?
Yeah, check that out.
What's that, man?
Nice, huh? Okay, you guys, come and eat. Ladies, Edo, come and eat.
Can I just dump them in here?
We're ready, yeah.
Or just leave them on the tree?
Just leave them on the tree. It's okay.
Alright.
Thank you, Mija. Okay, everybody, come and eat. Nice, huh? Okay. They look good, huh? So this is
Where's the head of the table?
Me.
Not sitting.
and then my beans, the ribs, the beans, the carne adobada. Okay, everyone, you know what? Thank you so much for joining me in Margaret's Kitchen and, you know, wishing my dad a happy heavenly birthday. 84 years old he would have been today. You know what? Thank you all, you know, and again, happy birthday to my dad. And, you know, I dedicated my book to him, my cookbook. So remember, continue following me in Margaret's Kitchen and welcome and thank you again. Talk to you later. Give me a thumbs up, please, you know, and continue subscribing to my channel. We'll talk to you soon. Love you all. Bye. Hi, everyone. Good morning. How are you? Happy heavenly birthday to my father. You know, my dad today would have been his 84th birthday. And he's celebrating it in heaven. So guess what I'm doing today? I am having a matanza in his honor. So you know what? I'm going to walk you all through the matanza, and then we're going to have a scrumptious meal at the end. So I'm starting off with my cazuela, and I am going to prepare my beans. So I'm going to put my heat on, and I've already washed 5 cups of beans. I'm pouring them into my cazuela. until it's all the beans. And then what I'm doing in Margaret's Kitchen, so remember, welcome to Margaret's Kitchen, Comidas de mi Familia. Don't forget my authentic New Mexico cookbook, www.nmcookbookmariabaca.com. You know what? And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Hit it, please, and share it with all your family and friends. And again, welcome to Margaret's Kitchen. So we're starting off with the beans. You cannot have a matanza without beans. So here I'm going to put 8 cups of water. And probably a little bit more. The only thing about using this Pyrex bowl that I use is that the water spills and stuff. So I hate, that's the only thing I hate about that Pyrex one. But anyway, so I'm putting a few more cups. So 2 more cups, 4 more cups. And anyways, but yeah, I'm so excited. I told you that today I was going to do something special for my father's birthday. And I am. You know, everything is starting off wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Put a little bit more. So anyway, so this cazuela takes about 16 cups of water and stuff. So it's one of my bigger cazuelas. And so I just love it. So then now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my salt. So I'm going to put my salt. And you know what I'm going to do? What we're not supposed to do, right? I just put it in the palm of my hand. So it's about a tablespoon of salt that I put in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil. I always put a little bit of oil in my beans. And that's only about, what, about a tablespoon of oil? Just a little bit. And then what I do, is I get my garlic. I get a nice whole garlic. It's my garlic can. Isn't this a cool can? I love my garlic can. And so anyway, so I get my garlic. And then what I do is I do rinse it a little bit just to take off whatever. There's nothing loose on it. So I just get my garlic and I place it in here. Put the lid on it. And I just wait for it to come to a boil. I turn it down. Remember that when you're cooking in a cazuela, what happens is that the cazuela stays really hot. So remember that. Your cazuela will keep on boiling for a while, especially if you leave it on high. And you'll have to add more water. So I spilled some water here. But anyway, so, you know, so remember that. So you've got to really keep an eye on it. You know, just keep an eye on your cazuela and stuff. So once it comes to a boil, then you're going to lower the heat. I'm using a gas stove, my gas stove. So when you're using your gas stove, what happens is that I lower the heat to about a 2. And it continues to boil and it continues to cook. The beans will cook until the food is done. So let's see what happens next. Now we're going to get started on, guess what? Marinating the ribs for my red chili ribs. New Mexico fresh blended chili, which we're going to do that now.